Do you want to know how to forget someone who deeply hurt you? Come with me. Okay. Israel once again from Egypt's Cosmos, hoping that you stay tuned to my beauty tips today. Now we're gonna talk about how to forget someone who really deeply hurt you. How do you forget someone who hurt you? In my previous video, we spoke about forgiveness definition, the definition of forgiveness. But what exactly does forgiveness mean? We saw what the definition of forgiveness and what it meant, and we found out that actually forgiveness was for me. It wasn't for the person who did anything wrong to me. Forgiveness was basically for me. Forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is not for the person. You're not doing a favor for that person. You're doing the favor for you, for yourself, in order to heal and move on from any issues, from any disappointments, from any hurt, from any jumping from one person to another, in relationship wise, or jumping from one job to the other, from one boss to another, from one this to the other, from marrying this one to marrying the other one. You need to deal with the issues, and part of that dealing with the issues is forgiving. You need to forgive and forget. That's what we spoke in our previous video. In this video, we're learning how to forget someone who really deeply hurt you. Is it possible? Can you really forget someone who deeply hurt you? Is it possible to forget someone when someone really did something wrong to you? Is it that easy to forget? Can you really forget when someone really did hurt you? Well, most people say it's not easy. Some say it's easy. Some say it's simple. Others say it's very difficult, depending on your personality, right? When according to your personality, if you really know exactly how to deal with issues, if your personality deals with issues and you really know how to overcome things and you're strong enough emotionally. Some people are weak, some people are strong, some people took the experience that they've had in life, they took it and they turned it into a lesson. They chose to learn out of it. But it depends on how you've actually taken the experience that you've had in life and turned it around to your own benefit, or either to hurt you and turn you into a monster, or either way to turn you into someone better, to teach you exactly how to go about life. But then now, how do we actually forget someone who hurt you deeply? There are different ways of how to forget someone who really did hurt you deeply. There are several ways. Firstly, you need to deal with, if it was a relationship issue, make sure you do not jump into the next relationship. Do not jump into the next relationship before you heal from this one first. Usually, depending on how fast you actually move on from issues, it takes a year. It could take a year. Well, for some people who are strong enough, it will take them just a few months, but you need to heal. You need to recover from that past issue. You need to give yourself time to heal. It's only time that heals. Nothing else heals but time. You need to give yourself time to heal out of that issue, out of that heartbreak, and out of that. It's the only way you can forget about the person who really hurt you. The other thing that you can actually use to forget the person who really hurt you is making sure, some people usually say, I delete each and every phone call, each and every phone number, each and every contact. I delete it out of my whatever. I delete it. Like I said, it depends on the personality. It depends on how you deal with issues. Some people, you can never. I'm not saying the advice I'm giving you, it's gonna help you. I'm not implying it might. Take what helps you, take what doesn't. Take out what works for you and leave out what doesn't work for you. Not all the advice that I give. I usually tell people, not all the advice that I give is gonna work for you. The advice I give depends on your personality and your character. So in case you know exactly how to to go about this whole thing, then take my advice and use it for your benefit. So if you don't like what I say, then take it and pass it on to someone else who you feel like. Share this video. Tell people to watch this video. Tell, if you know anybody hurting, if you know anybody who's been heartbroken, tell them to watch this video. Tell them to subscribe to my chat, to this channel. Tell them, share the videos, share them to Facebook, share them to Twitter, share them everywhere. Make sure that you help. I make these videos to help people out, to help people heal, to help people recover out of everything and every issue that they go through. Therefore, you guys should pass it on. Pass it on. When you, after you watch this video, you like it, hit the like button, and then if you are new, subscribe, and then take the video and share it to a friend. Make sure that you pass on this knowledge and this, pass it on so people can heal, so we can all heal and have a happy life. Yes, so anyway, the only way to deal out of such issues and forget about the person who really deeply hurt you, I will not lie to you. It's very difficult to forget. You will never forget. But like I said in my previous video, that you need to reach a place where you heal and you talk about something. Heal and talk about it. You will never forget, definitely. But you need reach a place where you meet the person and you laugh, meet the person and you talk about it and you chat, and it doesn't affect you anymore. Of which a part of that, it takes time to heal out of that. It really takes time to heal. So in case you need to know anything else, I have a few tips. You can check it out. Check out my videos. You'll know exactly. You'll see. You'll find tips. You'll find useful tips of how to deal with actually issues, how to deal with depression, how to deal with anxiety, how to deal with things of that kind of issues that you go through in life. I've got a lot of videos that teach how to emotionally deal with life. Okay, the other thing is that if you want to forget some tips, I'll take them from the depression video, from the depression tips that I give. You're going through heartbreaks, you're going through depression, and you really want to find tips of how to deal with such issues. Eat the food that you eat. Stop eating sweets. Stop pumping yourself with sweet and sugar. Sugar, they usually say sugar in water is very good and all that kind of stuff, and that it calms you down if you are going through a panic attack. But that is temporarily. It's temporary. Do not base yourself onto sugar and rely on sugar, because that's temporal. Now after the sugar levels go up and then they go down, and then what next? Then you need to keep pumping yourself. You need to keep pumping yourself with sugar, and in order to maintain, that doesn't make sense. I mean, there are things, there are vitamins. I remember when I was going through a situation, I was going through a very tough situation, and a good nurse friend of mine, she actually gave me a tip. She said she works at a rehabilitation center. So she said I should buy. She said, no, why don't you take vitamin B complex? B complex, take 6 of them. This is what we usually give to addicts when they come to the rehabilitation center. We usually give them this. So she gave me a tip, and I started taking 6 tablets each day of vitamin B complex. And the vitamin B complex has a way, if you take it in mega doses, it has a way of calming you down. It has a way of dealing with anxiety and fear and all the emotions. That's what vitamin B complex does if you take it in mega doses. So remember, like I said, do not run around with my tips. Make sure that you, before you start taking vitamin B complex, go speak to the physician, speak to your doctor, speak to you just in case maybe you've got high blood pressure, you're on such medications. Speak to a physician. Make sure a physician approves of you taking vitamin B complex in mega doses, right? So the other tip that can actually calm you down and take stress off your mind and forget about the people who hurt you deeply and all that kind of stuff. Exercise. Start exercising. You don't have to go to gym, but exercise. Do some exercise. buy a punching bag and punch it. Punch the bag like you're punching that person. Punch it. Punch the bag. Punch the bag like you're punching the person. When in your mind, whenever you, like I said, it takes time to heal. You need time to heal. So with those tips day by day, you're going to start recovering and recovering and recovering and recovering. Then by the time you know it, you're running into the person and you realize the issue doesn't even affect you. The person doesn't affect you like they used to affect you before. Third tip is, this is energy. This is energy. Like I explained in the forgiveness video. This is energy. We exchange energy as human beings. We exchange energies. So it's more like even in relationships. I personally believe that when you love more than the other person loves, then the other person loves less than you love. So love can never, it can hardly, we're just humans. We're humans. We're not angels. We're not God. We're humans. And humans, it's difficult for love to come from this, is the same equally from the same side. It will always switch. This year it's this side, the other month it's this side, it's this side. It's hard for two people to love equally each other. It's very difficult. It's difficult. And the same applies to the energy in the forgiving. When you do not forgive someone and forget about them, forget about what they did, that energy, they keep the power. They keep the power over you. I spoke about this in my previous video. They keep the power over you. Then the more you hold the anger, the more they have the power. The more they are free. Now the more you release, them to let go, and then you take the power onto your side, the more the guilt starts killing them. Guilt starts consuming them. Guilt starts pursuing them simply because you took back your power and you left them with nothing. But the more you're angry at them, the more they take the power. The more they keep the power, and the more they take the power, the more you are weak. So it has everything. Forgiveness has to do everything with energy. This is exchange of energy. So please make sure that you really, really, really try so hard to forgive. Try hard to forgive. Forgive and forget. Try to like I said in the beginning, you will not forget, obviously, but come to a stage whereby it doesn't affect you anymore. You remember it, you know it, you even laugh about it. It doesn't affect you anymore. And this time, it's time that heals you. It's time that's going to heal you. If you want to know more about my videos, if you want to hear more about my tips, the tips that I have about depression, about relationships, how to keep a man for women, and how to make a woman happy, and all that kind of videos, make sure you subscribe there at the bottom if you are new to my channel. Hit the bell button to receive every notification of every video that I upload on this video. Israel once again from Egypt's Cosmetics, and I hope that you stay tuned to my beauty tips today.